some criminals try to take to create disorder, confusion in community. Our topic today, riots in UK, propaganda and disinformation. From Surah Hujurat, chapter 49, verse number 6, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu. The message to believers from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when the rebellious evil and crooks, they come with news, they come to you with any news, with information, fatabayyanu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you have to verify it. Verification is your duty. Verification is your responsibility. There are always evils in the society, troublemakers in the society, fascists in the society. They try to create rift in community, create disorder in community, create violence in community. They want to propagate and forward their agenda based on all these disinformation. One of the biggest tools, when you look at the history of fascists and fascism, the main tool of fascism to promote their ideology was propaganda and disinformation. Read the history of any fascist in the history. Whether it is the recent era of Europe, from Hitler to Mussolini to all these fascist leaders, or before them, the biggest tool to promote their ideology is propaganda and disinformation. With this, they achieve two targets. With disinformation, they always give hope to their followers. And with propaganda, they create always confusion in the society, so no one knows what is happening. In recent history, for all of us, a very clear and very open and significant real example of their propaganda and how it's created problem and disorder in the society is the event of Southport, where we all condemn the act of this terrorism, killing young children, attacking. The whole society was in shock. The people, the families, expressing their condolences, sending their concern. With all these, when the people were busy, these fascist and far right groups, they use the whole event as a tool to propagate and to create fitna in the society. And what they did, This is called disinformation, misinformation, propaganda. The whole event to fuel the situation with misinformation, they named Muslim, immigrant, and all what they were doing behind the scene and sowing the seeds of fitna and fasad in the mind of youngsters in this society. They were thinking this is the best time to cook something out of it. So because we were against immigration, see what the immigrants have done to us. We are against Muslim, Islamophobia, they are so and so, they are extremists, they are terrorists, see what they have done. You can imagine the right time when the whole country was in shock, how someone can attack a 6-year-old child. A 6-year-old child, how someone can kill and attack a 7-year-old innocent child, 9-year-old child. You could imagine the whole situation, the sorrow, the grief in the society. You can't justify it at all. So they were thinking this is the right time to propagate and to advance their agenda. And in Southport, when the people were in grief, they were in sorrow, they were disturbed already, they created another fitna, attack on mosque, attack on Muslim, Islamophobia, disorder in society. Authority tried to clarify all these are disinformation, but their propaganda was much, much greater. And this is the time I always mention, if you remember, and this verse which I recited, in Ja'akum Fasiqun, when these kind of evil, rebellious crooks comes to you with any news, your duty before reacting, before responding, fatabayyanu, you have to verify it. You have to use your own wisdom, your own sources. Do not forward any news, especially which is related to the life, or it will create a big fitna, rift in the society. Don't become the tool of all these evils of society. Fatabayyanu, you have to verify it first. And if you are not sure, do not forward it. Antusibu qawmam bijahalatin fatusbihu ala ma fa'altum nadimin. What beautifully Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, that if you do this, what will happen? Antusibu qawmam bijahalatin fatusbihu ala ma fa'altum nadimin. So check it. It might you harm someone. Tusibu qawman bijahala, in case you cause harm to others ignorantly. Fatusbihu ala ma fa'altum nadimin, and then later regretted what you did. I'm talking about not those who are already fascist and far right, the people innocent in between. فَتُصْبِحُوا عَلَى مَا فَعَلْتُمْ نَادِمِينَ. And when you are standing in the court of justice, when you are paying the price, and when someone asks you, you say, I just got the news and I got angry. Out of anger, I reacted. Out of anger, I couldn't believe that someone can kill a 6-year-old child, 7-year-old child, 9-year-old child. No religion can justify it. No race and color can justify it. So how someone of this color, so you see how they compound the situation? فَتُصْبِحُ عَلَى مَا فَعَلْتُمْ نَادِمِينَ. And you will regret it afterwards, but your regret will not help you. It will be too late. And this is exactly happened. I strongly believe these fascists, they are not in great number in this society. They are few in society. And the evidence is your own anti-racism protest in Walthamstow, where 10,000 people, more than 10,000, around 10,000 people have gathered. You have seen more or less 10,000 people. No burning, no fighting, no swearing, no damaging, no violence, no disorder. With different colors, different races, different religion, different faith. It was not a Muslim demonstration. It was not one group of people, not one organization, not one specific community, though all together, white, black, Asian, English, they all together. You can imagine so swiftly and quickly the response of these law-abiding people in the society, decent people in the society. So they are not in great number, these troublemakers. But how they have influence in the society? By false propaganda, by disinformation. And we and most of innocent people become the tool of their propaganda. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Kafa bil mar'i kadiban an yuhadditha bi kulli ma sami'a." And this hadith many times I repeated, and again I'm telling you, it is enough for a person to be declared a liar to forward anything without verification. An yuhadditha bi kulli ma sami'a, to propagate it, to promote it without verification. So this one hadith and one Quranic verse of chapter 49, verse number 6, and the Sahih hadith of Siha from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is these guidance are enough for us. If you want peace in the society, if you want to be safe from the propaganda of these evil, these fascists, these far right, if you want to defeat them, one very important thing, you should not become the tool of their propaganda, their false information. Bear in your mind, they sometimes use religion, sometimes use race, sometimes color. All these are the different tools based on race division in the society, based on color division in the society, based on religion in the society. We are living side by side, and Islam has a great and rich history of living with other people. Great history of Islam, living with Christians side by side, living with Jews side by side, living with Hindus more than 1,000 years in subcontinent. Islam has a great history living with Hindus side by side, living with atheists side by side. So we have a rich and great tradition how to live with people of other religion, people of other color, other languages. Yes, and for Islam, when there is no barrier of language, no barrier of race, no barrier of color, go to Bengal, race is different, language is different, but kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Go to Afghanistan, tradition is different, language is different, completely different environment, kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Go to Indonesia, completely different environment, different race, different color, different tradition, but kalimat tawheed la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Go to Albania, different, all over the world. So Islam has a rich tradition how to live with others. All these evils in the society, we can face it and we can definitely defeat it. But if we follow the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the saying of his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and how to defeat it, inshallah, we will continue this topic, and we have to create awareness in the society that these challenges which we are facing in the society, they are trying to divide us based on all these evils and crimes. But bear in your mind, our message always to these people, and especially these misguided, that whatever is a problem in your mind, by fighting on the base of race, color and religion, you will not resolve it. Whatever is your problem might be my problem as well. If the gang is your problem, it could be my problem. If drugs in the society is your problem, it is exactly my problem. all other issues in the society, evils in the society. As you are concerned about it, I am concerned about it. The future of your children, if you are concerned about it, we are concerned about the future of the children. So rather than fighting with each other and playing in the hand of these evil, those who have a separate agenda, the agenda of separation, the agenda of violence, the agenda of disorder, if you are really concerned about the core issue of the society, whatever is your issue is my issue. Come, we have to resolve it together. Come, we have to discuss it together. Come to a conclusion and solution how to resolve it. So this is the right way to defeat these people. That those who are misguided with their misinformation and disinformation, we have to approach them. And this is from our side. You can't paint with one brush all of them. And the biggest example of the decency of the society is your Waltham store. Your Waltham store demonstration. This is the biggest example of the decency of the people of different faith, different color, different race. So you can't just take a brush and play in the hand of the other side. In whether the fascist is on the right side or whether the fascist is on the left side. Fascism is a fascism. Extremism is extremism. Terrorism is extremism. Whether it's propagated by anyone whose name is Muslim or whose name is Christian or whose name is Hindu, by this ID you can't hide behind the religion. You can't hide behind your race and color. Extremism is extremism. Fascism is fascism. We all, as a honorable member of the society, responsible member of the society, our duty to spread the right message and to defeat it together and come together and to convey our message to these people, those who are in the society confused. The far right people, those who have their ideology and they are already criminals, they might not listen to you. They might not listen to you. But those who are confused in between, the great number of the people are these. You have to approach them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and give us tawfiq to follow the right step and footstep of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the teaching of Quran and Sunnah. Barakallahu feek. Wa akhiru da'wana.